Okay, this is going to be my final video talking about the Irategamer. First of all, there's no intro because I want this to be as long as possible without going to the YouTube limit. And second of all, I'm not showing my face because I look like shit. And I'm tired, so I'm going to get this done and over with. Alright? So far, I made 3 videos on the Irategamer. First one was just a regular rant. The second one was one exposing him as a jackass. And the third one was a retaliation of him removing that video. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that he's a ripoff. I mean, we all know he's a ripoff, okay? We all know he, at least, is very, very similar to the AVGN. And the review styles the review styles are the same. You know, even the names sound familiar. You know, Irategamer, Angry Nerd. You know, and he's just, you know, we've already established that he's such a huge ripoff, but that's not the big deal. The big deal is, I'll get into him right now. Sorry if this sounds half-assed. This is, I'm trying to get this impromptu, and I haven't really got time to really go over what I was really going to say. But long story short, you know, we all know he's a ripoff. I mean, we all know he did this to be more famous than James. And you know, I find it funny the reasons that people. I don't even know why people defend him, because he's such a he's such a bad reviewer, and like some of the reasons, you know, they give some valid reasons, but they end up falling on their face like, oh, just because he reviews video games doesn't make him a ripoff. That is true. I mean, I've seen Armake, I've seen Urinating Tree, I've seen Darkness the Curse. They all review games, but they're not ripoffs because they all develop their own style. You see, that is the key. You know, just because he reviews video games does not mean he's a ripoff. But, however, because he didn't develop his character at all, and it's very similar to James Rolfe, that's why people call him a ripoff. Because although he doesn't look like him, and just because he's reviewing, and even though he's just reviewing games, the whole swearing and making fun of games that are easy and just overall is the reason why people call him a ripoff. And another thing, oh, just because he says things that are similar to James. Well, okay, let's analyze it, okay? Now, it is true, fuckballs and shit little fuck aren't copyrighted per se. They aren't copyrighted at all, and I don't mind it when people use it in their reviews. Like, I've heard Undercover Filmer say it in his Double Dragon 3 review. I think I've heard Darkness the Curse, correct me on that, but actually, in short, I've heard some reviewers say, you know, shit little fuck, but I don't mind because they don't overuse it and they don't make it their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't make it their own little catchphrase like Irategamer has in the past. And his biggest thing of plagiarism to date is his review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My God, it is so close to the AVGN's review that you would swear you're watching the AVGN if his voice was a little bit different. I mean, there's been a rumor going around that, you know, he sent this email to James Rolfe saying, oh, you inspired me to do reviews, and I'm very sorry that, you know, my reviews are so close to yours, but I will try and develop my character. Well, a few days later, he released his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles review, the biggest thing of plagiarism he's ever done. I mean, everything's the same. He bitches about the dam level. He bitches about the misplaced pizza in the trap, in the spiked gate trap. He bitches about the fact that there are enemies that weren't even in the show, even though technically the game wasn't even based on the show. It's based more along the lines of the comic. And I mean, he just bitches about the same things. But that's not what this video is about. You see, people aren't getting the real message about the Irategamer. People aren't getting the real info out on why we should hate the Irategamer. Yes, he's a huge ripoff, but that's not the deal anymore. You see, I've seen video after video, you know, detailing on how he's a ripoff, but I've never seen his other points. Why? Because those videos keep getting deleted. Yes, Chris Boris deletes videos under his company of Y2B Productions for copyright infringement when they have nothing of his show in there. No copyrighted material of his show. And that's what gets me. He'll delete a video comparing him to the nerd because it has supposed copyright infringement on it. Yet, all these tributes that are made to him are still up, even though they use full footage from his show, even though the videos that expose him only use like few second video clips and pictures. And that's what my last rant about him was about. First, I made just a regular rant because of the fame that he was getting started to piss me off. I mean, I don't care about the AVGN anymore because his reviews really haven't been up to par, but he's technically been here the longest, and I'll be damned if he gets any of that stuff taken away from him. And I made that rant just to rant my head off about nothing important or anything. The second video I made, The Truth on the Irategamer, or whatever it was called, it's a little bit tricky to understand. You see, I wasn't even planning on making it, but my buddy Lewis Prowler, he came up to me in AIM and he said, "Dude, I got some stuff I need to show you." And he showed me, basically, you'll have to get the full story from him, but basically he was just going around and talking to people who literally worshipped the Irategamer, and he was telling them, don't do that, you're an idiot if you do. Basically telling him all the stuff that he does wrong. And one of the subscribers to Irategamer, one of the friends of the Irategamer, started chatting with them, friendly chat, to those who saw the original video, you know what the chat was about, I like your videos better than James Rolfe, and stuff like that. And Lewis thought it was done. But then when the fan asked if he borrowed some ideas from James, apparently Irategamer snapped and said, "I don't steal from James. James steals from me. Shove a cactus up your ass," in the most poorly version of cactus I've ever seen. And anyway, Lewis Prowler showed me these instant messages, and I decided to make a video about it, exposing him as a jackass. And of course, right off the bat, people were like, "Oh, it's fake. It's fake." How could I fake something like this? All I have is Microsoft Paint. Unless I drew his name in there, there was no way I would be able to fake it. Plus, it's not even mine. It was sent to me. And the only thing I did to it was post it in a video. Next, people are like, "Oh, Irategamer would never say anything like that." How do you know?